All right, I haven't been posting anything in a while. Had some eye surgery, kind of interrupted my hobby plans. I've decided to sell my Voron. This video is probably going to be the last Voron video. Just showing the screen here, and then I'll cut and show the printer. After printing a bunch of shelves for my printer desk, the printer stopped successfully doing the quad gantry level 8 out of 10 times, and the 2 times that it did pass quad gantry level, it failed the bed mesh leveling. So it's always failing in the back left corner. Every time I think of tearing it apart and trying to fix it, I just get more ticked off about the 3D West that I've talked about before, having a problem with their gray filament, but sending it to me anyway instead of letting me know that I could choose a different color. So I really think I need to replace all the black plastics, and while that's doable, I just look at the printer and get ticked off. The whole thing was just such a bad experience. Not building it, that was fun, but getting to this stage, it needs to be configured. The under desk storage drawers did print. It's over extruding a little. I did calibrate the extruder, but it's still over extruding a bit. I have not done input shaper. I have not messed with flow control or anything else. All I did was make sure that the extruder was extruding 100 millimeters of filament when I told it to extract 100 millimeters of filament. So just showing the screen that this is connected to my home network, to the Raspberry Pi, and that part is up and functional, as is the printer. And now I'll stop and I'll be back at the printer. All right, back at the printer. It's a mess in here, but you can see these are the drawers I printed with the Voron 2.4. The gold is PLA. I don't know if you can see right here, there's like an angle. That's from the support underneath it. So whether that's input shaping or some other calibration that needs to be done, I mean, they're fine. Their strength is fine. It's just there's some artifacting, and like I said, I didn't do input shaper. I didn't do anything flow control or anything else. All I did was calibrate the extruder. These are made out of PLA, and the gray frames are all made out of PETG, and that is the only thing that I printed on the printer. My surgery was going to exclude straining myself, bending over, anything to get my blood pressure up. And I knew I had to get underneath, lay on this bottom shelf of the table, and screw the supports for these drawers in. So I rushed to get that done before my surgery, and then one surgery turned into 3 surgeries. And I'm only now just getting back into my regular activities. So there we go. There's the printer as per my other videos. This is a Voron 2.4 Revision C. It's an LDO kit purchased from 3D West. I also bought the Nighthawk SB umbilical system, which connects to USB instead of using the cable chains. It has the Chaotic Lab carbon fiber gantry system, which I bought when I first discovered how bad the original gray plastics were. These Rama idlers were printed by them for me on a new shipment of filament that they tested it and didn't have any problems. So the idlers are about the only gray parts that are mechanical that I would trust 100%. So yeah, carbon fiber and CNC aluminum, carbon fiber gantry kit, and it also has the Chaotic Labs tap. So it breaks a light beam whenever the tool head touches the bed, so your bed leveling is all done automatically by the tool head. It has the Nevermore filtration system under here, which in one of my drawers, yeah, in one of these drawers, it actually has the piece that plugs into that. So that's just the part with the two fans. It's magnetically held into the part that holds the charcoal filter. I never bought any charcoal filter because all I've done is PETG and PLA, so I put that in one of my shelves down there that will be included. Let's see, what else does it have? Carbon fiber gantry, Nighthawk SB umbilical, chaotic tap, Nevermore. I think that's it. I think apart from that, it is a standard 350 millimeter by 350 millimeter printer. And like I said, it printed those drawers fine, and now it hangs up on the bed leveling in the back left corner. So whether it's the gray plastics down here that hold the motors for the 4 Z-axis here, I don't know, or if the gantry is just racked, it's not quite level even after the bed level. The umbilical kind of taps the back of this when it gets back there, so I'm not sure if that's it, although I don't think so because I held it out of the way. It's currently set up, well, you have to set that up in your slicer, but I was doing the adaptive bed mesh leveling, so it only, when it's done with the quad gantry level, it only taps down on the bed in the area you're going to be printing, so you don't spend the time to scan the entire bed. So 8 out of 10 times it will fail the quad gantry level in that back corner. The 2 times out of 10 that it makes it successfully during the bed mesh leveling, it tends to fail around here. So kind of middle left-hand side. So there's something on the left-hand side that's gotten a little bit out of whack. So this is where I've been putting the spool. Goes into the Voron tube here, has a graceful curve so it doesn't kink. It comes through the back plate. And then obviously down there, just zip tied to the Nighthawk SB umbilical, which connects to an adapter board that then goes into the Raspberry Pi. This is got a Raspberry Pi 5. Those don't come with the kit, or at least didn't when I bought this. So I bought the Raspberry Pi separately. So if somebody does buy this, the one thing they'll definitely need to do is change the IP address, which right now I don't know how to do that. I'd have to look it up again, and there we go, back left corner. Probe samples exceed tolerance. So you can see it's trying to do its thing. It didn't have a single issue printing all these parts, and then I left it for well over a month while I was recovering from my surgery, and I started it up and it started doing this, and I've checked the belt tension and they seem to be fine. But yeah, it just gets to that point and hangs up. So what I did is I've ordered a Prusa Core 1L. It's 300 by 300. This is bigger. This is a 350 by 350 millimeter print bed. But I've been running the MK3S Plus for years. That was the kit where you build it yourself, and I had no problems with it. Again, this kit, the problem I have is the gray filament. That big deal for something decorative like this, but for something like this that's holding the bearings and the gears that move the Z motors, you kind of want that to be trustworthy and strong. And they had a problem with their filament and had to adjust their printer to get it to print. And when I got my parts in a box, a lot of them were broken. Well, not a lot. There was those, well, any is too much, but there was 5 or 6 pieces that were broken. Some of them just totally smashed. And going back and forth, eventually the person who prints for, or at least at that time printed for 3D West, said that they had a problem with that gray filament, and that brand had been known to have some bad batches, so he wasn't the only one that had the problem. Well, that's fine, but telling me that you had problems and so you had to adjust your printer to get it to print when it printed it, but with layer adhesion problems on something that's for a, you know, high tolerance, hopefully high tolerance mechanical 3D printer, you kind of want those not to have layer adhesion problems. And this tube came out. That's when there's filament in there, it won't do that, so that's just, but there you go. Back corner, more taps than any other corner. So yes, I will be listing this for sale on Craigslist. I'm in the North Seattle-ish area. I'm selling it for quite a loss, but it is a project, even though it has successfully printed at least one full roll of PETG and one of PLA, but now it's doing that thing in the back corner, and I just get too angry every time I think about flipping it up or on its side and replacing all those gray parts with black. Now the picture that'll be in my ad will show that finally I did get them to send me an entire replacement set for the gray plastics. They are black, they are not gray. So that comes with it, along with the original aluminum extrusions for the original LDO gantry, just using aluminum extrusions. Okay, that's a different error I haven't seen before. Retries of boarding, probe part range. Yeah, so there's something going on, I think, with the Z, possibly the Z motors. Possibly I just don't have the belts lined up very well. Possibly the gray plastics have shifted and have caused it so it's out of tolerance. But basically, I look at it and I'm like, I should fix this thing, and then I'm like, I just can't. I just don't want to fix this thing. I would rather just order a Prusa that I'm pretty sure I will not have any problems with, and if I do, I will be able to take care of them, as opposed to this that I need to take the thing apart and replace everything, and I'm just done with it. I just would like to get it to somebody else, maybe who has a print farm or knows LDO or Voron printers and can get a good deal. I think it's a good deal. I've actually had it for quite a while. It took me about a year to get it because, again, 3D West didn't send me all the parts that are unique to the LDO Revision C kit that are listed on their website, even though I checked the box and paid extra for 3D West to do that. So I had to mail them when I ended up in a dead end because it was a part that they didn't print for me. And then there was another part for the bed, the last one. Under the bed, it holds Wago connectors that are different than the stock reference LDO kit. And I waited a month after he said, yeah, I'll get those right out to you, saying, hey, did you get a chance to ship those? And he said, oh yeah, I shipped it right after your email. I'll try and figure out what happened to it and send you another one. 2 days later, I got the replacement. I never got the original one he sent. So that was like a full month of waiting there because I couldn't put the bed on without the connectors that go underneath the bed. So yeah, just a horrible experience that soured me on the entire thing. And again, like I said, I've got all the replacement parts in black for everything that's gray. It's got carbon fiber gantry, it's got chaotic lab tap, it's got Nevermore filtration, it's got Nighthawk SB tool head. It's, you know, I'd say it's 90% there, but I'd recommend anyone who buys it swap all the gray parts with black unless they want to tinker with it and see if they can figure out what's going on causing it to fail quad gantry level, and just keep the parts for spares.